Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Fetch.AI. Before we jump into the price action, just like to say thank you for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to Discord, come check it out, it's free to join. Okay, so for the most part we are still looking for that possibility that potentially we still have a fifth wave to the upside here. So we need to discuss that briefly within the structure here. We can move this around a little bit. It is possible that this third wave is actually down in this location here, and basically then we have a fourth and a fifth, and it's actually completed. So if we are actually completed into this high point here, potentially we could actually look to travel down deeper here. And what I'd be looking for would be potentially down towards this 50% area here, the 1793. The lower range of this support box would be the 0.88. So, but this would be a typical zone we would look to retrace to for a B wave, depending on what the structure is. If we get something that is a more complex move here, potentially we might fall somewhere between that 0.382 and that 50%, which would be between the 1793 and basically, if I just throw this onto here, it would be between this 2407 and this 1802. So that is slightly different to this box, but for the most part, it is correct. So what we're looking for is basically to see whether we're actually going to get this bigger sell-off to the downside here. So potentially we were talking about this. We were talking about coming down towards this 1-to-1, and we actually just week past this. So now we've actually come into this area here, and we could actually be still looking for this fifth wave to the upside. And potentially, we could actually be starting this move, but we need to be aware, this hasn't really taken any key zones. We haven't managed to break back above this B wave high here, and we still are below this low point here. So we need to be careful within this. The fact that we haven't actually broken above this is a bit worrying. This could always turn into a bigger five-wave structure down. We need to keep an eye on that. If we do start to lose this key zone here, potentially we could actually look to, carry on to the downside here and potentially test lower down. So for that fourth wave, basically we wouldn't want to lose this lower range of this 2236. But yeah, really, if it is actually going to play out as a fifth to the upside here, I would want that to sort of play out sooner. Well, actually, it would really need to take place from this low. If we lose this low now, basically, it would be more likely that actually we're getting a bigger corrective move down and we've completed into this high. So we're going to have to see what happens. Okay, so basically that is what I'm currently looking for within the structure. So if we come here, this is the primary count. Basically, what we're looking for is looking for that potential that we could be looking for that bigger fifth wave to actually start to play out here. So I'm going to turn all that off and we're going to throw on this simple impulse. So what I'm looking for is the potential that we can count this here with a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 up into this high. And then potentially this would be looking for a fourth wave, and then looking for this fifth wave up into the zone of this 05405 to this 0508. 048. So this would be a zone we're looking for. If we do reverse here and we get a five-wave move up, potentially we could look for this fifth wave target and then look for that potential to come back down here in a bigger three-wave move after that. That could then set us up for this whole move to become an A, potentially a B, and a C. Or alternatively, if we did move up into that zone, what we could see is something bigger. So a 1-to-1 would actually look to take us to this 6246. And if we did actually have a bigger move up here past this 1618, this is all based off of a 0.618 retracement here. Potentially, if we don't move down as low, this target would be higher. But a move up here past this zone from that 618 would actually look to give us impulsive structure where we could look at this then as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. And then we could be looking for that potential to actually play out in that fifth wave up into that zone that we were looking for, which would be basically, where is it? There. Between this 95 cent and the 75.61. So, if we do actually get a bigger move up here, potentially we could look up at this as a potential area that we could look to visit. So that's something we just need to keep an eye on if we do move up. Okay, so we don't have this confirmed, and there is always the potential that, we haven't got this fourth wave confirmed and this fifth wave up. So at the moment, all we have is three-wave structure up here, and it's three-wave structure into a B wave high. So this is always a concerning thing. If we do start to drop down here and we actually break through this 03823 zone. Basically, what I'd be looking for supporters would be coming in towards this 3780 to this 3284. This zone fails and we lose this low effectively, then like I said, I potentially think we are heading down lower here, and this correction could escalate to the downside, potentially looking to target out these lower ranges here between the 1793 to the 0.88 area. So within this zone, like I said previously, if we lose this lower range here, this move kind of starts to fall apart. Once we start to lose this 786, it becomes less likely that we're going to see this playing out. So we need to just be a little bit cautious here. If we start to lose that area, it becomes less likely that we are looking for that continuation up. And then it would be more likely that, as we've talked about in previous videos, we could still see this play out. If I just turn this off so it's a bit clearer, that possibility of actually coming back down and setting a lower low with the C wave. So, we're right in that rejection zone. We need to be cautious of this. If we do start to break down in five wave structure, for instance, if this becomes a 1, 2 breakdown for a 3, 4, 5, we get another 4 and a 5, which potentially looks to break this low. Potentially that could be the C wave looking to play out or complete within that area. Depending on how deep we come here, we can then look for those targets. We don't have any confirmation of that yet, and we haven't lost any support zones. So for the time being, I am still looking for that potential to continue to the upside here. So what I'm looking for is, like I said, we need to see this start to move up here. And it is possible as well within this that we could start to see some extension. So because of the structure here, it's fine, but it's not that neat. So what could end up happening here is we could see something rather like this. If we actually hold this green support box here and sort of look to target out this 0.618 at this 3981, potentially what we could be setting up is for a series of ones and twos here. So this would be a 1, 2, this would be a 1, 2, potentially another 1, 2. And then we'd be looking for that potential to actually have a bigger move to the upside here towards this zone of the 66, 67. If we do see a bigger five wave move play out to the upside here, this would actually then make more sense. And then we would be looking at this as a potential, like I said, a 1, 2, 1, 2. So if we did, this initial wave could potentially take us to the 75.27 to this 69.83. If, however, we start to lose this box and we lose this red line area here of this 35.31, basically that would invalidate this potential. So really, once we start to lose this 37.76, it starts to become less likely. And yeah, if that does play out, then like I said previously, we'll be looking for that support potentially to come in towards this between this 32.84 and this 37.80. Losing this 32.84 would indicate that this has just been a connector wave here, and then basically we'd be looking for that possibility of looking to continue down for it depends how we break down. If it becomes impulsive and meets at 1618, potentially then we can look for that bigger retracement. However, we don't have that information yet, so we'll just have to give it a bit of space. uh, if we do move down just as a connector wave, what we could see is something like this play out. So basically, I've got this secondary wave count marked up on here because it is still possible that we could see a three-wave move to the upside. Um, if that support zone holds that we talked about, what we could then see is something like this play out where we are forming a bigger correction, and it doesn't necessarily mean that this B wave has to be completed here. This could just be the A wave of it. We come back down, potentially retest this, and then look to push to the upside. If we do look to push up, potentially we could even take this high if it's going to become a more complex correction, like a flat correction, where we get this as an ABC, we get an ABC up, and then basically we look for that bigger five-wave move to the downside. So we need to keep an eye on this. If we are looking up for that corrective move and we fail to develop clean impulsive structure here, potentially what we could do is actually look to actually still move up and target this area, but as a three-wave structure. So the one-to-one of that A wave would be the 60 cent 99. Then the 1236 would be the 72.35, this 80 cent 42, and then finally this 1618 would be up here at this 95.41. Typically speaking, if it is going to develop as a flat, it's going to be within this range here. Sometimes it will move up to that 618, but it's more regular that it's between this one to one and this 1.382 rather. So this would be then, if we do actually just reverse here, however, we could actually look for that one-to-one down, which would be this 2342 area. So keep an eye on this center line here of this channel. If it does provide us support, potentially we could see another move to the upside here. And that could actually look for that possibility. This channel can break, especially if we are looking at that possibility of a 1-2. We could start to break to the upside here where this becomes another 1-2 here. Then we get that 3-4-5, we get a 4 and a 5, and then, we're looking to complete that five-wave structure. So the bullish count still holds. It would only invalidate by losing those lows that we've talked about. And basically, once we lose 29.56, this idea of coming up here sort of falls to the wayside, and we have to look at a different count where we're potentially getting a bit more bearish here. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. And leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. As well as that, you'll find affiliate links for both Primex BT and BYBIT down there. Great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Okay, everyone, have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.